I'm sorry. Um, welcome back to put the music. Not this one. That got me in a trance, I'll tell you what. I am the United States Aviator. Welcome back to the Hunger Games. This is not the season 18 finale. That's wrong. I don't know why it says that. I do know why it says that, because I did a little copy-paste action in the Hunger Games. Tonight, we finally have them all in one episode. Every single imposter from this past season, as well as the teams. They've, some of these imposters have, I think every imposter has competed. No, that's not true. I was gonna say, I think every imposter has competed as themselves. That's not the case. Heisme, I don't think has, if that's pronounced correctly. Tolf Deer, I don't believe has either. All the tag teams have though. Regardless, we're gonna go through them all. They're all teamed up with who they impostered or pretended to be, who was, the pretender. Keep you in the dark. You know they all pretend. And we will see who is the best imposter or non-imposter. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, we got Celeste teaming up with Vivian. The first of our imposters, or I guess our first pair of imposters, as well as Gundam and Deadpool in the same episode. Karumi was Pokemon trainer, Pokemon master Claire. We have Genocide Jack and Spooky. We got Monokuma Monty Mole, the only imposter to win a game this season, as well as Metaton, who then replaced Monty Mole as Monokuma, imposter style. Heathcliff was, I believe, the longest reigning undiscovered imposter, disguised as Nekamaru. Akane with Suzy from the Kirby series. Munakata was Fujin, and you know what? That fits pretty well, I think. District, at least big sword, white hair. District 9, also a tough one for you guys. Himiko as Tolf Deer. There's just so many characters in the Elder Scrolls and Skyrim and that series. You're like, who else? Who could this be? District 10, Shirakuma, aka Alexander. District 11, Usami, and Hazeme. You're gonna be Noctool today. And lastly, the pairing that you only had one episode to guess, but if you remembered Aloysius' first name, you would have had a big clue. That being said, a big clue for little man Aloysius Pennyworth and Aloysius O'Hare. Those were all of our singles competitors. Let's talk about our tag teams today. We have Heather, Mr. Psyche, and Dr. Neocortex. Were the original Megamind team, and they were disguised as Katoka, Taichi, and Shao. I believe all of these are in order. I think I did a good job of keeping everybody in order for the team, so you'll see. Yin, Yang, Yo. Yin, Yang, Yo, Yin, Yang, Yo. Yinger, Taylor? And Yang Taylor, I think, was the longest reigning undiscovered imposter on this team. Maybe not. It might have been Yinger, one of the two. Camilla, Gonta, and Ruruka. Mystery Inc. had the yellow caked up among us. Look at that thing. Throw it in a circle. Shiver and Cat Noir. Actually, I believe the longest undiscovered imposter in tag teams was actually yellow caked up among us. Very close to being discovered a couple of times. Some people have said, like, Among Us bean or something, but it was very deliberately, there were clues about, big old cheeks. It had to be the yellow caked up among us. Y'all know what it is. Miss Maiko, I may have intentionally put Miss Maiko, do I want Miss Maiko to throw it down in a circle? I'm not gonna answer that, but you know the answer. Jotaro was here as Shiver, and Cat Noir was Dottore. The Pilgrimage of Ice and Flames, we had Sherma, Todoroki, and Ichiban Kasuga. All disguised as Yehoda, Nagito, and Tiki. I think this team was actually found out very quickly. But not immediately though. This team was the team that just got out immediately. They were like, no, we know who you are. Bar Food with Boston Rob, Tifa Lockhart, and KK Slider. As we go on, they were Togami Nozomi, who wasn't even a competitor last season, and Ibuki were our 3 there. And last but not least, the final team was a battle show consisting of Metalot, Shu, and Hanita, and those 3 were Sayaka, Juzo, and Sakura. And was I recording? I was! Hey! Welcome to the game. These were all of our imposters last season. It's a big ol' impostery game. Tell me, which pair or which team do you think was the best, like, pairing of imposter side? Like, some of these, like, I kind of wanted to get a little bit of visual clue or some sort of about you clue is correct. Like, you know, we got some long ears. We got some long ears for Noctool. First name for the Aloysiuses. I don't know, both kind of almost vampire-esque for you two. Some of these were just like, nobody was exactly on the nose, but like if you thought about it, you were like, okay, I could see how this one could relate to this one. For the tag teams, I kind of went mostly a little bit wild. There were like only small, like maybe hints of nothing really visual for these 3. I was just like, let's get some people, let's pair them all up. The team name is more so for the team of imposters more so than the people who they were imposters of. So I just had a little fun with pairing up people there. Who do you got? Pick your pick for first, second, and third. It's a bigger episode, so I'm even gonna let you pick fourth. I will pick Miss Maiko. I'm gonna pick Miss Maiko. I'm going to pick Yehoda for second. Give me Akane for third, and I'm gonna take Deadpool. Deadpool's never gonna die. I'm taking Deadpool for fourth. Those are my picks. Those are my 4. Make yours as well. Did I ask you a question last time? I think I must have. How about we go and see? Before I tell you it's time to continue. I may not have, because last time was not actually a really random episode. It was a very fun, combination of 100 line and Danganronpa. Let me see. I asked you what the best pairing was, and I think Ibuki Darumi was the genius, not just because of the vibes, but because they both have the finger gun sprite, which is what Kuzu said, and that's just the right answer. Jags puts the ones up for Ava. Acknowledged, and Kat would have kept Corey with Yugumu and paired Emo with Kokichi instead. I actually like Kyoko and Hiroko being teamed up because they are both loners who don't trust anyone but eventually grow attached to the protagonist. Okay, you know what? Fair. Heard. That does fit. That went deeper than I thought when I was setting it up, but I was like, you know what? These two do feel just kind of... They got a similar vibe, and I guess the vibe was exactly what Kat said. I was going off of vibes, and Kat explained it. Those are my picks. I don't know if I already asked you your question. Which of these pairings is the best? Let me know. And without further ado, we gotta get this episode on the road because you got a long day of content, don't you? This isn't just the Hunger Games. You got the one of the last Friday actually before Ticket to Paradise. You got some things to do. You got some things to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? But we're not taking the back streets today. We're actually just going to do the thing. And to do that, we have to, we gotta resimulate. Oh. Y'all, it's my pick for who's winning the Flame Tribe Fatal 4-Way match. I'm talking Burnus, go! That's my pick, baby. I don't know what all the other AVs think. You'll probably hear about it throughout the uploads over the next couple of days. But I heard the Fatal 4-Way Flame Tribe is gonna be at Ticket to Paradise. You better believe. On Fridays, we burn this down. Burners, go. How many burners, go. In fact, that's how we starting. Forget this. Hit me with that Burn us, burn us, burn us, burn us, burn us, burn us, go! And now we're gonna go! And now you can cut the song, because I think that's all I needed. Hornbearers, do your thing. Burn us, burn us, burn us, burn us, burn us, burn us, go, go! That's my pick. That's my pick for the Flame Tribe Fatal 4. And I get to say it one more time next week, you know I get to do. Anyway. That's enough out of that. We have to start this thing. I picked this up for a reason because I see somebody is doing something. Sherma finds an invitation to the World Pancake Championship Invitational. Sherma, get in there, little buddy. As we go on, Genocide Jack turns away from the cornucopia. Tolfdir recognizes Hunted, and I'm surprised they recognize each other, but they both put their trust in one another. Everything's fine. Sakura, Spooky, Boston, Rob, and Karumi stare each other down. If this quartet contains the champion and the agent of chaos, then chaos reigns. Taylor grabs a shovel. Yehoda and Mettaton immediately become friends. Aloysius grabs a jar of fishing bait while Camilla grabs the fishing gear. Ibuki runs away, as does Vivian. Tiki grabs a chainsaw. A dragon wielding a chainsaw. Well, you don't see that every day. Heather runs away from the cornucopia. Another 4 in the quartet of potential agents of chaos. Alexander, Yang, Jotaro, and Fujin. Jotaro has been an agent of chaos before. Miss Michael finds a canteen full of water. She's staying hydrated. You should too. We literally have a drought warning where I am, so y'all stay hydrated. Kasuga realizes that dying doesn't mean anything. There's an endless cycle of despair, so he's gonna live it up this game. Katoka finds a tuba in the cornucopia, plays it gloriously until in range. Sato rushes in and kills her. Rest in peace to Katoka. 07. Susie runs away from the cornucopia. KK Slider runs away from the cornucopia as well. Shirokuma throws a knife into Nagito's head. Well, rest in peace. Juzo grabs a jar of fishing bait while Nakamaru grabs the fishing gear. Metalot throws a hatchet into Nozomi. Yeah, I think that's a first. Gonta shoots an arrow at Gunda, but it misses and it kills Monokuma instead. Sayaka severely injures Himiko and leaves her there to die. Taichi comes to the arena to capture a dangerous killer that has escaped from an insane asylum. Well, that guy's insane. Dotori grabs as many weapons as humanly possible and say his name, and he appears. I believe in Monty. Do I believe in Monty Mole? I believe in Monty Mole. Cause they love him in the Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser's Castle and I don't know, other places, whatever. Saki gets off the Astral Express and enters the game. Tifa finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Usami is sick and tired, so that's why they're not here today. Shu runs away from the cornucopia. Togami runs away as well. Deadpool begs for one of the weapons Claire's picked up. She feels bad and reluctantly gives it to Deadpool. You're giving Deadpool a weapon. Dangerous. Pennyworth grabs a machete. Yinger comes in riding rather over a mount, making Cat Noir and Cortex jealous. Heisme Noctool runs away from the cornucopia. Shao and Among Us Yellow immediately become friends. Shao, are you trying to learn something? Is Shao trying to throw it in a circle? That's crazy. Anywho. I digress. Akane finds a vision in the cornucopia. Why would the Archons leave something like that here? Akane, please don't eat it. Celeste kills Ruka, then frames Heathcliff for it, and he gets punished. Dang. Double, you know what? That's very Celeste of you, actually. Shiva runs away from the cornucopia. Todoroki grabs as many weapons as humanly possible, and Munakata, not Monokuma. Monokuma is dead. Munakata is just running away from the cornucopia as we proceed to day 1. As Sayaka and Yang work together to toss Akane's items into lava, Miss Maiko takes a sip of hot tea, but the scalding liquor proves too much for her, so she spits it out into Metalot's face. Togami, Celeste, Cat Noir, corner Todoroki, and are about to kill him when he suddenly pulls out a grappling hook and uses it to escape. KK Slider plays patty cake with Shao. Bake me a cake. You know what? You should be baking us a pizza, Shao, as fast as you can. Plant some trees. Shirokuma actually bursts out the fact that he likes Genocide Jack in an all-put-on way. Genocide Jack says, yeah, I love this robotic bear. A whole lot. Taylor, Claire, Mettaton, and Taichi make up the Alpha team. Taylor is the confident yet dorky leader. my nephew doesn't exude confidence. He is a little bit of a dork. Claire is the explosive expert who doesn't think before she speaks. I think maybe not the most fitting of these ones. I was gonna say, that might be more Mettaton. But Mettaton is the transportation expert who thinks he knows better, which also could fit. And Taichi, nope. Time Lord Taichi is the sharpshooter that thinks that sarcasm is a personality trait. Camilla decides to lend Avi a hand and kill. Hey, Camilla. You're still alright in my book. Psyche is still alive. Yellow Among Us, Vivian, Monty track down and kill Shoma. I'm sorry, Sherma, not Shoma. Two different games. Two small characters though. Yinger, Noctool, and Fujin get to a scrum debate with Shiver, Yehoda, and Tori. They argue over who deserves a title shot in the AWE next. I don't know. The rating pistol rates Alexander 84 points. Gundam receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a sword. I'd love to see Gundam wielding a sword. Munakata fights a Yeti atop a Gold Forge mountain. Surprisingly, they don't just survive, they win. I don't know, I think if anyone were fighting a Yeti, Munakata, if we made a tier list of would you survive fighting a Yeti, I think I would put Munakata up in the tier of did not just survive, but also won. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. Aloysius, and Gonta, and Spooky, and Nekamaru, and Tiki track down and kill Heather? Well, I guess she could be a threat in one of these games. Abuki has been down since day one-ish. Juzo is working to add that it'll appear in the next Danganronpa Hunger Games. Susie said something wrong, and Boston Rob calls her a foolish fool. Tolf Deer puts all of their faith into Atua. Listen here. Shu does not like Karumi. He's gonna bark at her now. Kasuga shoots an arrow into Tifa's head, rest in peace. Jotaro panics the audience. Pennyworth seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Cortex slams Deadpool through a table, and if Sakura is the agent of chaos and their target champion is still alive, chaos reigns. That is not the case, but we did lose 11 folks. I don't know how many people are in this game, but we're gonna find out together after a Claire de Lune 4. Kotoka, Nagito, Nozomi, Monokuma, Himiko, Usami, Ruruka, Heathcliff, Sherma, Heather, Tifa. See everybody's statuses. We had a lot. Wasn't like a massive game, but it was still a pretty big game. I have a sticker right there. 50 competitors still around. 50 competitors still need to be taken down. I suppose 49 do. So we will proceed and see how many we lose next time. Even 50 is nice. 50 stars, you know what I mean? 50 shades of no. It's night one. Shu locks Tori in a coffin and buries him alive, but Tori managed to escape. You should not have managed. You should have just perished. Respectfully. In fact, disrespectfully. And everyone cheered and agreed. Yang finds a DDR machine, gets her groove on, shakes her groove thing, shakes her groove thing. Shakes her groove thing, shakes her groove thing. Thank you, anywho. I was feeling a party mood. Sparkles, balloons everywhere. Fujin and Alexander are trapped in a box for the night. They decide to use their imagination to liven things up. I wonder what Alexander imagined. Hanet and Yehoda have a pose off. Yehoda wins. Todoroki eats a turducken. Yum. Hopefully he can walk it off during the game. Jotaro has a dream in which Aloysius wins. Is this a premonition or something? I don't know. Noctool locks Yinger in a coffin, buries her alive as well. Yinger manages to escape. Metalot uses the spirit of the Great Pumpkin to change the arena date back to October. Juzo, Karumi, Munakata play a game of Monopoly. Juzo loses all of his properties, flips the board over. Keiki Slider wants Avi to give Shiver a chance. I like Shiver. I do. Claire and Jack huddle together for warmth. It's a little awkward. Nekamaru overhears Celeste and Deadpool's conversation about Avi's pancake addiction. They're about to steal his pancakes. Oh no. My man, a part of the squad, even though Celeste is also a part of the squad, intervenes and kills Celeste. She earned it. She deserved it, unfortunately. And Deadpool, earning him entry. We put the ones up. Into the World Pancake Championship Invitational. We love that. We love to see it. Shirokuma wants to join the squad? Well, I mean, we just killed Celeste. I'll take the application. Xiao burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Xiao swears it was an accident, but Susie says that she saw Xiao do the whole thing deliberately. I believe Xiao, even though I shouldn't have. Maybe he was actually burning it down, trying to bake us a pizza. As long as he's trying, I'm gonna let it slide. Psyche Tries to use some fireworks he found to distract Yellow Among Us and Pennyworth, but accidentally blows everyone up in the process, so they're all gone. Oh, those cheeks, they didn't deserve that. Taylor threatens Cat Noir with a good time. Cortex, Tolfdir, Akane, Gundam, big red button. Cortex presses it. You've doomed us all. Nothing happened. Cortex is disappointed. Everyone's just chilling. Kasuga, Taichi, and Sakura unsuccessfully ambush Ibuki, Boston, Rob, and Mettaton. You don't want to be in a game like this. This is Survivor, for crying out. You don't want to be in a game like this against my man Boston Rob. Spooky fell out of the world. Gonta gets bonked on the head. Sayaka misses their planned meeting with Camilla and now has a sad feeling in her chest. Tiki finds a big red button and presses immediately, so drawn to the glowing light. Unfortunately, it don't do a thing. Monty thinks that he's the protagonist when actually Vivian is the protagonist and Monty is the antagonist. Miss Maiko, stop. Give some help, and I can help you. We will proceed to day 2. As Yang asks for Hana's axolotl, Hana is like, yes, here you go. Shiver finds a violin and begins to play it horribly, much to Shirakuma's frustration. Boston, Rob, Vivian, and Gundam hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I like all 3 of these characters, however, how dare they try to do this? I'm very fond of all 3 of these characters, but instead, this one kind of hurts, actually. Not Gundam, not Vivian, not Boston Rob. Cat Noir rests in a fruit tree. Akane has balloons, and Monty comes along and pops them. Good on you, Monty. Good for you. Pop every balloon you see. Noctool, Juzo, and Mettaton hold an interview in my pancake addiction. I show up, but I don't pay attention to what they're saying because they ain't gonna steal my pancakes. Gonta decides to do Xiao's free time event. Gonta thinks that he and Xiao have gotten closer today. Yinger smells a rat. Suzy tells a frustrated Tolfdir to chill out. Karumi and Funjin play tic-tac-toe on an image of Miss Maiko's forehead. Camilla impales Aloysius with a machete. Alexander, Yehoda, Togami, Claire, Taylor, and Metalot play a round of Russian roulette. Claire, oh god! They're all gone. Except for Claire. Jotaro? I believe he's dead. Ibuki, Genocide Jack, and Cortex corner Todoroki, and are about to kill him when suddenly he was like, do you guys forget? I still have this grappling hook. Yoink! Dotori traps himself and bleeds out. Yes. Shu isn't surprised that Tiki's made it this far. Munakata's driven up to Maki Donald's, wants an ice cream. Fortunately, the machine is working. How lucky! Nakamaru wants to be stepping so for everyone else. KK Slider sits next to him and says, come on. Sayaka then drives up right behind Munakata and says, I heard you guys have ice cream, and they said, not for you, and apparently Maki Donald's, we go way back. We lost 20 that time. Twice, I guess almost twice as many as the first round. We are now down to a solid 30 after this Clarity Lune 4. Celeste, Deadpool, Psyche, Yellow Among Us. Look at that. Pennyworth, Kasuga, Taichi, Sakura, Spooky, Boston Rob, Vivian, Gundam, Aloysius, Alexander, Yehoda, Togami, Taylor, Metalot, Jotaro, Dotori. All the things you said, and Dotori's dead. I don't know where I was going with that. Anywho, we'll see everybody's statuses. We still have 30 left. Gosh, this row's having a bad time except for Kurumi and Claire. Genocide Jack carries on for Spooky. Monokuma's dead, but his boys are still alive. Nekamaru is around for Heathcliff. Akane and Suzy still hanging in there, so are Munakata and Fujin. Tolfdir is still hanging in there, Shirokuma as well. Noctool is in there, and District 12 is completely out. Megamind still has Neo and Xiao. Yin Yang Yo have only lost Ruka and Taylor. Mr. Ink is halfway gone. They have Shiver, Cat Noir, and Miss Maiko. Pilgrimage of Ice and Flames have Tiki and Todoroki, KK Slider, and Ibuki for bar food. And Battle Show's doing pretty well with 4 competitors. Shu! Hanata, Sayaka, and Juzo, and that's still 30 competitors. We went through them all. We still gotta keep going. As we now go to 29, because, wait, no we don't. Nekamaru asks Cortex to murder Yang, to which Cortex says, no, I like the yellow one. Sayaka starts a factory that mass produces mistletoe. Is that a threat? Someone's about to get whooped. Mettaton finds a mysterious B-movie script lying on the ground. Not having other things to do, Mettaton picks it up and gives it a quick read. Once Mettaton finishes, his expression begins to be a bit more twisted. He walks away, never to be seen again. Rolls away, wheels away. Never read the B-movie, apparently. Never read that script. Kurumi is plagued by a reoccurring nightmare. I wonder what it is. Probably falling from a high ceiling while having already climbed like some sort of very thorny vine, trying to escape some horrible fate. Shirokuma challenges Miss Maiko to a dance-off. Shirokuma absolutely dominates. Xiao slices at Yinger's eyes. Yinger's now blind. KK Slider commits tax evasion. Ibuki tucks Todoroki in bed and gives them a goodnight kiss. Any chance that Monty and Camilla had a friendship is destroyed when they're forced to fight over the last slice of pizza. I got some pizza. Juzo and Cat Noir tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Juzo's is Munakata denying his love. Cat Noir's is, I don't know much about Cat Noir, but I'm just gonna say Ladybug denying his love? Are they a thing? I don't know. Genocide Jack kills Claire. Fujin sees this and says, Genocide Jack, what the crackers? Shoot. And going to tell each other their greatest fears to grow each other's trust. Noctool and Susie have a dance-off. Noctool wins. Tolfdir sets up a rival store for Avi's wares and despairs. It's probably Tolfdir's magic and whimsiness. Akane finds a secret stash of pancakes that Avi hypothetically hinted at. Munakata poisons Shiver's drink. She drinks it and dies. And at the dead of night, Tiki dodges the laser defense system and is able to escape dragon style. But she's disqualified. And Haned is a fan of Gentleman Thomas. Much to man, I love Haned. And then this happens to me? A fan of that disgusting, despicable, no good, downright awful, horribly disgusting, detestable, awful, unruly, sack of trash, ne'er-do-well, Gentleman Thomas. I had to close the door for the air conditioner, but I had to think of many insults on the way. Day 3. Monty dies from thirst. I told y'all, stay hydrated. I told y'all, Miss Maiko's ready for the fight before Christmas. Camilla smells a rat. Cortex confides in Cat Noir. Karumi kills Munakata, then revives him as an undead minion. Haned picks flowers around her campsite. Juzo drops a jar of honey. Look, if a jar of honey dropped on this set, it would be a much worse time. There was a hardwood floor in the other instance, so it was okay to clean up. This would land on carpet, and that would be such a bad time. Tolfdir searches for all the AV clones that he hasn't met. Gonta and Akane have a picnic on a cliff, rather. That's nice. I wouldn't, you know what, I think these two would actually have a pretty decent time together. Except the cliff is falling from beneath them, and they die, it kills them, oh no. Also, Fujin and, KK Slider kill Ibuki, oh no. Sayaka decides to do Nekomaru's free time event. They've gotten closer this day. Yinger confesses how much she has come to hate Noctool. Noctool says the feeling is mutual. Susie goes nya to annoy Yang. I don't know if that would work. Shao acknowledged his traveling companion today. Have you tossed the ones up for your tag team champion Paimon? Todoroki receives pancakes from AV. Genocide Jack joins the Balloon Protection Squad. I don't know, I don't like that. Shirokuma is not the agent of chaos. Shu decides to lend AV a hand and kills Ghost. Yeah, okay, Shu. I don't really know much about you, but you know what? You're rubbing me the right way. We lost another 8. That brings us to not just 1, but 2 twos. 22s. After this, Claire de Lune 4. Mettaton, Claire, Shiver, Tiki, Monty, Gonta, Akane, Ibuki. 22 left. At first glance, I think it's about even between our Danganronpas. It actually might be in favor of the non-Danganronpas. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically 9, 10. Already here. 11, 12, 13. 14. Yeah, that's in favor of our non-Danganronpas. However, that just only reconfirms for me that a Danganronpa character is going to win this game. And if you don't believe me, I've been doing this for a while. Let me prove it to you. This next day is going to be brutal for our non-Danganronpa characters, and just you watch. Shirokuma uses the spirit of the Great Pumpkin to change the rainy day to October. Noctool rests in a fruit tree. Tolfdir shakes the tree violently to retrieve the fruit, but also causes Noctool to fall to his death. Susie finds a big red button, presses it, and we're drawn to the light. Fortunately, it doesn't do a thing. Camilla dyes her hair red. KK Slider ships Todoroki and Kurumi. They are incredibly uncomfortable. Juzo and Xiao settle their dispute over a intense game of rock, paper, scissors. Yinger finds a lovely bikini, puts it on, it's quite revealing. This awakens something inside of Sayaka. It is, I've been awake for a long time when it comes to Yinger. Nekomaru has no weaknesses. Cortex, Fujin, and Shu work together on building a shelter that Fujin secretly rigs with explosives. When Cortex and Shu go to sleep, he sneaks out and detonates the bombs. Cat Noir edits the description of this video. Yang and Hanet are trapped in a box for the night. Use their imagination to liven things up. Munakata, Miss Maiko, and Genocide Jack look for more people to become friends with. I think that only non-Danganronpa characters died today, but it wasn't as many as I thought. However, it's time, not for the feast. Shao comes before Yinger in this event. Camilla unleashes her final smash on Miss Maiko and Yang. They both lose their final stock. That's another 2 non-Danganronpa characters. And it is the best there is, was, or ever will be. Overcome with madness, Susie chains Sayaka to a tree and makes her watch it as she drowns Shirokuma. Oh my gosh, Susie! What happened to her? If Cat Noir is the agent of chaos, feels like an agent of chaos, but is not. Genocide Jack chews too much gum and dies from horrible stomach pains. We're here. I'm sorry. We are gathered here today to remember our dear comrade. In honor of his sacrifice, all events should halt for half a day as the nation mourns him passing. This is tragic. This is awful. This is despair. But despair doesn't last forever. As Todoroki wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance, I hate that. Get out of here, Todoroki. I thought we were cool. Yeah, get out. Get out right now. I don't care if you're half ice, half fire. You're all out. Get out. Kurumi invades Nekomaru's privacy and listens to her sing in the shower. You awful human being. Fujin searches for all the AV clones that he hasn't met yet. KK Slider, Munakata, and Tolfdir band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. We have lost many non-Danganronpa characters and 3 technically Danganronpa characters. It is a Claire de Lune 4. Noctool, Cortex, Shu, Miss Maiko, Yang, Shirokuma, and Genocide Jack, Juzo, Todoroki. So, we are, what were we at before? Well, we'll do a little bit of that. 13 remain. Oh yeah, we were at 22. 13 competitors remain in this competition, and now I think we swing more. I don't know if we still swing more in Danganronpa's favor. I actually think it might be a little worse because they still lost 3 people, to be honest. We need 3 more into your saving grace picks. Will we get them? Because I think everyone outside of Sayaka, there's nobody down here that's Danganronpa. And up here, there's only Nekomaru and Kurumi and Munakata. They have there's only 4 Danganronpa characters left of the whole 13. Well, let's see how that plays out for them. We still must proceed. 3 more into your saving grace picks. Let's see how it all plays out. Tolfdir accuses Avi of not being the real Avi. That could never happen. Nekomaru's caught simping for Sayaka, but Yinger was already simping for Sayaka and kills Nekomaru out of spite. We are now down to 3 Danganronpa characters as Cat Noir, Susie, and Camilla get into a scrum debate with Xiao, KK Slider, and Munakata the argue whether or not the Raiden Shogun's chest functions as an outlet. Someone's got to plug in a lamp and see what happens. I feel like they might get electrocuted in the process. They'll be like, all right, let me stick this thing in here, which I think would still prove a point, question mark? I don't know. Headed. Well, I think they should stick a fork in the chestial region of the Raiden. Okay, we're done. Hanet makes a hot stew before bedding down for the night, and Fujin disowns Kurumi for being a disgrace to the family. Imagine. I could see them being some sort of odd family. We go to the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Kurumi spears Cat Noir in the abdomen. Yinger sets off an explosive, killing KK Slider, Fujin, and Munakata. We are down now to our final 3 two Danganronpa characters, now I think about it. If Tolfdir is the Agent of Chaos and their target champion is alive, Chaos reigns. Sayaka shoots an arrow at Xiao, but it misses, killing Hennett. And Camilla severely slices Susie with a sword. We are, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 competitors in? Our final 6, I thought for a second it was over. For some reason, this felt like an in-game event. But we will continue. Sayaka plants some trees around her camp. I'm sorry, some trees around the arena. Camilla drops. Y'all gotta stop dropping this honey. I get goosebumps when I see that word and drop in the same sentence. Tolfdir steals a tray of Kurumi's freshly baked cookies. Yinger decides to lend Avi a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena, and Xiao is so excited about a super weapon that will take over the arena that he wrote a song about it. It's actually his pizza-inator, and he's gonna make pizza for everyone in the arena, and it's gonna be so good that they'll name him Supreme Overlord of Pizza. We are down to your final 6, and we are gonna continue, Hank! It's your time to shine, buddy. Do you see the good people? Say hello to the people, Hank. Where's your hand? Oh, that's your ear, Hank. Where's your hand? There's your hand. Say hi to the people, Hank. Excellent. Good job, Hank. You know what it's time for. Shall we? I believe we must. What are we playing in your restaurant again? You can play that. No, that already plays during something. You can play this. Welcome to Hank's. The tributes are all forced to work in Hank's kitchen. Let them cook. Kurumi is kicked out of the kitchen for trying to mix Pepsi and milk, and Sayaka does the exact same thing and is kicked out for it. Yinger slips on a carrot and falls backwards into the industrial deep fryer. Camilla does the exact same thing. They slip at the same time. Xiao cooks a 5-star meal. I hope it's a pizza. And Tolfdir cooks by the book and makes a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. Anywho, we will proceed. Now we are at your final, goodness gracious, 4. No. 3, right? No, 4. I can count. I forgot that Tolfdir was down there. 9, yeah, 9. How many people are left? 4? Then it's time for after this saving grace. No, after this Claire de Lune 4. Nekamaru, Cat Noir, KK Slider, Fujin, Munakata, Hanat, Susie, Yinger, Camilla. Hannah, we gotta talk. You were my favorite from Octopath. Well, were you my favorite? You were one of my favorites from Octopath, but I digress. We're at your final 4. It's time for your Saving Grace picks. It has now come down to a 50-50 between Danganronpa characters and non. We have Sayaka and Kurumi still in here. Kurumi with her dad or uncle or something? Tolfdir? No, I'm sorry, her dad or something, uncle or something is Fujin. Called her a disgrace to the family. Can she carry on for the family's name? We will see. Tolfdir from Skyrim. A mage of sorts could go to the finale, actually. As well as Xiao, who needs to be cooking up a piece of pie for all of us. Maybe if he wins, we'll finally get our pizza. Will that happen? We'll have to wait and see. And last but not least, we have Miss Sayaka Mizono. Never sleep on Sayaka. She'll wake up at the right time, cause you to stare her straight in the face and call her a winner. Will she win tonight? I'm unsure. Sayaka, Xiao, Tolfdir, and Kurumi. Make your picks first, second, and third. I will make mine as well. I'm gonna pick Kurumi because I feel like she's got something to prove to Fujin, that she's not a disgrace to the family. That's my pick for first. Xiao, I'm gonna pick you for second because I think you're gonna be doing very well. Then you're gonna take yourself out so you don't have to make a pizza for us, and I'm going to scream and throw something. Tolfdir, I'm not gonna pick you for third because I would be wrong for me not to pick Sayaka, which means you're probably gonna win, knowing my jinx. Those are my picks. Hopefully you made yours. Because it's time to end this bad boy, isn't it? Shall we? Kurumi. Oh no, it's actually 4 of you. Kurumi, Tolfdir, Xiao, and Sayaka, all kind of we like to call. Within our final 5, a crisis of fate. shall we? I believe we must. Let's do just that, and as we proceed, we have not the end. Sayaka finds a big red button that says, you know what? I think I'm okay. Shao wants to cut the casual bongos playing in the background, and Tolfdir turns out to be a clone, and Kurumi was the original Tolfdir all along, so maybe this is the true bloodline. We proceed again, and Shao sets Tolfdir on fire with a flamethrower. Sayaka tells Kurumi that she is a cardboard clone of Sayaka, created by Avi. Now, a Danganronpa character is guaranteed to go on to the finale, I'm sorry, to the premiere, but Tolfdir is not. It is a terrible turnabout for Tolfdir. And Kurumi was the original Tolfdir all along. We will continue though, because it is your final three. It's Kurumi, it's Shao, and it's Sayaka, and it could all end when I click proceed, and it does. Oh my gosh. It does. Hey, they were at a strong deficit too. Shao asks Kurumi, what are you? I'm sorry, he says, what are you? And Kurumi responds, death, and kills Shao. The Yaksha is down. No pizzas, never again. Kurumi and Sayaka decide to challenge Avi to a showdown to end the game on their own accord, and I hate this. I hate this. Many moons ago, I defeated Sayaka Mizono with my squad, and today, she defeats me? With Kurumi? Are they trying to make their own anti-squad? I don't like that. Unfortunately, when a man is beat, a man is beat. But I will not forget this transgression, Sayaka Mizono. I will not forget this. You finally have one over me. But tonight is a night that you can celebrate for now. Because they are your winners. Representing their imposter friends, Kurumi for Claire, and Sayaka for Battle Show, which consisted of Metalot, Shu, and Hanit. They both move on to the premiere, and Sayaka sure beat me in battle, and I hate it. I do! Very much so. It's bringing back some old memories. It's opening up some old wounds, man. Sayaka Mizono, congratulations to you. I despise what has happened here today. Kurumi, I thought we were cool. I despise what has happened here today. Sayaka and Kurumi have somehow formed an alliance against me. It's fine when anyone else does it to win the game. It's not fine when they do it with you. That's all she wrote. Shao in third place, Tolfdir fourth. That's almost my prediction, actually. If I just switch these two around, my jinx didn't jinx. But it ended up jinxing me in the end because, you know, I don't like it. Camilla 5th, Yinger 6th, Suzy 7th, Haned 8th, Munakata 9th, and Fujin 10. Look at that. There were 3 Danganronpa characters in the top 10, and 2 of them tied for first. KK Slider 11th, Cat Noir 12th, Nekamaru 13th, Todoroki 14th, Juzo 15th. I don't know why I went so far down, because now we can go all the way to the end to see the last person was Katoka. Rest in peace to her. That is all she wrote here today. I must admit, technically, all of these characters are legal for tag team action because they have canonically competed in the Danganronpa Hunger Games. More power to them. We already know Nozomi would have been allowed. She is her series is done on the channel. We proceed and we kick it off at the very top with Katoka finding that Tuba, and Sato says, "No, you're a dead woman." And it all ended with Kurumi and Sayaka teaming up to take me out. I'm gonna have to call my squad on that one. The squad has been, it feels like misbehaving for a while. Not on the same accord. We've had a lot of squad on squad violence and I don't like it. We gotta get our mojo back, you know what I mean? And I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I sure will. District 3 and Battle Show won this thing. I already explained who they were. Claire with 5 KOs, Camilla with 4, Yinger with 4, Boston Rob, Fujin, Ibuki, Psyche, Metaton, Nekamaru all had 3, everyone else with 2 or none. Look at that, yellow caked up among us. Well, don't look at it yet. Look at it now. You ain't win, but you still look great. That is all that she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is AWE Fracture, to my knowledge. This is let me talk about it. Let me talk. There's some things going on. There's actually some important things going on, aren't there? The last 2 spots will be filled for your golden ticket matches. Currently, where are we? I was provided a list here. Currently, we have Yoru versus Michael Afton and Mizuki versus Yuri to claim 1 spot in the golden ticket, but there remains 1 more, and they will be decided in big-time gauntlet eliminator matches tonight. That's half of your card already, but I want to talk about the main event because it will be Flame Tribe versus Flame Tribe before their fatal 4-way encounter at Ticket to Paradise. They got a tag team matchup. It will be Rinka and Yukiko versus Bernice and Hu Tao. It hurts that I have to root against 2 of them or any of them because they should be together. They're family, they're famiglia. But if I gotta root for somebody, Bernice, go! Hey! I gotta get out of here. 3, 2, 1.